Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nexus gaming series. I am Bahamut, your caster for this evening. On the left hand side we're going to be having Kruger Knights, and on the right we are going to be having Clouded Mines. I blinked out there for a second. I was just like, I know this. Oh, DKK taking out my favorite hero right off the bat. But the thing is, this is Tomb of Spider Queen. This is a Division C matchup. Doggo Cam, hey, Otoro, how are you doing? Thank you for coming by, checking out the stream, supporting us before you play your match. But yeah, no, this is really exciting. So this is Division C Nexus Gaming Series matchup. I don't think I've actually casted one yet, so I'm really pumped to see what we're going to be getting draft wise. We had a Division B game earlier and a Storm Division Storm Division yesterday. So we've been kind of jumping around a little bit here. And Gokiberry, hey, what's up? Hypers, exactly. But we are going to be having that Asmodan being banned out, as well as the Garrosh. And then while we're kind of having this ban phase, I can really quickly go through. The coin flip was won by Kruger Knights. They've chose for first pick, meaning that map pick went over to Clouded Mines. They went ahead and banned out Towers of Doom. Dragonshire was then banned out by DKK. Tomb the Spider Queen was picked as the first map for Clouded Mines, and second map was chosen by DKK, giving us Infernal Shrines. You already knew that, though. But we have a Gul'dan being banned out as well. That is a substantial amount of wave clear, and often a hero that we see prioritized here. Kage, what's up, my friend? Or, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to be a jerk. Hi, Kage. Thank you for coming by and supporting the stream, my friend. But we are going to be getting a Genji here. Are you? Oof. Oh, I'm just like, I'm so envious because, like, I think everyone who's currently talked in chat is going to Western Clash, and I'm just like, I missed you all. BlizzCon's too far away. But thank you for coming by, supporting the stream. But we have a first pick Jimmy right click, and this isn't too surprising. Rainer's been known to be extremely powerful here. There's a lot of value with that level 1 giving them basically baseline Executioner. Granted, it was taken down from, I think, 30% to 20%. Still, though, it's still Executioner off of slows, anything like that. Like, getting crits regardless is still bonus damage, and it's ridiculous. And they want to shut that down with a Joanna and a Deckard Cain. And so I actually talked about this in the previous game. Deckard Cain is a hero that really excels on maps like this. I also talked about it for Infernal Shrines, Dragonshire, Towers of Doom, Volskaya Foundry, any map where you can get moderate to, or I guess you can just get mid to... that's not the right way to say it. Any map where you can get rotations between 2 lanes and your team is consistently doing that as a 4-member group, like, it's really powerful to have Deckard to literally just dropping potions the entire... Kage! Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. But Deckard sets up a lot for teams in the rotations between lanes, and this is exactly where we will see that. Deckard Cain's so powerful, dropping potions between mid and top, and then you have Joanna for the grouping of the minions, then you can get wave clear. I am way behind on this draft, but we have Emergent and Malfurion being picked up as well. Just a lot of good start and sustain from this side of DKK. Ban-wise, solo laner? No wave clear. Yeah, they take out the wave clear. Plus, also, Jaina pairs well into Raynor baseline, because Jaina, if she gets 2 autos... No, I think it's you have to get 2 abilities. Or even then... well, that's for crit damage. But either way, if she gets an Ice Lance on you, Raynor is doing that extra damage the entire time. So it's a really big factor to consider. And so they're just like, you know what? You took the Cassia, or excuse me, you took the Joanna. We're going to take away the Cassia because that's more blinds. That's going to make Rainer's life even harder. Now, damage build Lily. Let's talk about damage build Lily. Pug champion. But no, damage build Lily, like, it could work. I don't see it here. I don't think the double support's going to be the route. They're really realistically looking for wave clear. Something like a Kael'thas would be great, and then they could also maybe grab their solo laner. Oh, okay. So actually, this is still... Phoenix can still be in the solo lane. I like this. I really like this from the members of Clouded Mines, because Phoenix is a very versatile hero. He can play the solo lane. He can play the 4-member rotation. Yo, Fox Michael, thank you so much for the sub.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribed.
Thank you so much for that. That means so much to me. Oh, you're awesome. Thank you so much. All right, I had a point. Okay, so going back to this, what they did was they basically flexed on their solo laner. They can say Phoenix can solo lane, or we can pick something else. Now, realistically, what they can do is they can pick up something strong into their format. I personally really like the idea of like a Thrall here. With the Kael'thas, you get some root. It can set up your Kael'thas a little bit more. Then you just have the Phoenix go into the Ragnaros in bottom lane. If Phoenix takes Arsenal Synergy, if I'm not mistaken, is the name, because advanced targeting is the stacking. Yeah, Arsenal Synergy. You can get faster wave clear than Ragnaros, so you can push into him a little bit here. But they're going to go for the Sonya. So it's going to be Sonya into Ragnaros. Ragnaros does have some sustain, and I can see that going to the Phoenix, but they do have that shielding, which if you sit there and mid-max it, you can be really, really good. But overall, I got to say, I really like the draft from DKK because I like the advantage that they can get from the resets from Li Ming. Though they don't have a ton to go into that Raynor. There's some roots. There's a Stormbolt. There isn't a ton from there, but either way, like this is still, I really like their draft. But the thing is, I don't know. Deckard Cain at the same time is a huge asset for teams. Oh, that's the wrong button. Deckard Cain is a huge asset for teams because of the fact that he just, as I mentioned, like he has that rotational advantage, being able to drop potions between lanes and consistently. Forgot about the stream delay, but BlizzCon hype. Me too, BlizzCon hype. Yeah, big old stream delay. Sorry about that, team. Any alerts that do go off during casted play, I will make sure to redo them. But either way, these teams loaded in quick. I actually asked them, I was like, you guys want to play on Western server? Because I think everyone here is West. And they were like, heck yeah, that's way better for us. So we're going to be loading in here extremely quick because I'm West as well. And let's go ahead and get into this game number 1 between these two teams. Dunning-Krieger Knights on the left-hand side. We're going to have Schwick going to be on the Li Ming. We're going to have Hotoro going to be, I can never say her name right because my mouth just like jellies whenever I wanted to, but Hotaro is going to be playing the Malfurion. Apple Eater is going to be on the Ragnaros. We will have Gokiburi going to be on that Raynor, that Jimmy Right click, and Ralph Stew rounding it out on the Muradin. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having Clouded Mines, with Swing going to be playing the Kael'thas, Stark Knight going to be on that Joanna, Weenus the Clucker going to be on the Phoenix. I feel like that actually might have been an insult somehow, but either way, I meant it as, you know, he does that little rubber chicken for his cast. Even then, Tiger Lore going to be on the Sonya, and Odd Thought going to be on that Deckard Cain. Let's get into this. Game number 1 between these two teams. We actually have Murden going to that Stormbolt at level 1. We have Ragnaros going into the Living Meteor at level 1 as well. That's really interesting. Typically we see, I mean, I can see it for the wave clear. I do like that. But the one thing that I'm just like, but Sulfurous Hungers gets a lot of sustain. We'll see how that kind of works out here as these teams do rotate into the bottom lane. Solo laners, not really too surprising here. This is kind of what we expected to see. Though this is where the fun will be, is between this top lane and mid lane rotations to just see who is going to get the best soak, who will be able to do it quick enough. And Ralph Stew anchoring fairly well for the team. But the thing is, there's no team to be found, and that is going to be the first kill of the game going over to the members of Clouded Minds. They will pick off Ralph Stew. Phoenix going to be able to solidify that. And we actually have the, at level 1, we're going to be having the advanced targeting, correct? Do I have that right? Advanced targeting. Okay. Arsenal Synergy. I'm trying to still memorize talents here. Just slowly. There's so many. And you just, it's always ever changing. But we'll find out here. Just, it's continued to be rotations between these lanes. We'll kind of poke around here a little bit as just peeking into bottom. Apple Eater getting pushed in a little bit by Tiger Lore. Setting up in this bush, maybe looking for that spear, but just going to get the wave clear and continue to kind of hold over this lane fairly well. Apple Eater just going to do their best to make sure they continue to get those stacks with the Living Meteor. But we actually have Schwick rotating down, as well as Ralph Stew. They're looking for Sonya here. Apple Eater's a little bit low. The bait's out, but they know. Tiger Lore is like, no. This is too good. Like, this is too good of a kill. The thing is, though, while they made that rotation, that left Malfurion out to their own devices, and unfortunately, Malfurion will be picked off here. We have Raynor kind of positioning here. Not sure which way they want to rotate in. I like the... That's smart. Like, I like this. The way they're pressing up on the gate, and yes, you can rotate that, you know, through this top area. That is a fine thing to do, but you are basically rotating into 4 members of the enemy team, so taking that safe rotation is a better choice there. So 2-0 in favor for the members of Clouded Minds. They continue to make these rotations between top and mid. Raynor and Ralph Stew just trying to do their best to just keep poking out on these members. We do have Malfurion back into the lane. Schwick is going to go ahead and just get the clear onto this, and Weenus is going to step up a little bit, sitting currently at 7 stacks on the advanced targeting. We have the Apple Eater sitting at 9 stacks on the Living Meteor there, so just gonna have to work those up a little bit more here and there, but it will offer a lot more into that wave clear. Stark Knight positioning maybe to be stepping up on them, but not enough for a full turn in just yet. They will be just slowly turning. They want to get those 24 in because that is a lot that your team can get a lot of value for. Also, hello Hex, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by. Stark Knight, though, anchoring extremely well for the friendly team. Gonna get stunned out here. Murden gonna go ahead and just jump over the wall, get out there safe. Odd Thought gonna get some slow into a couple of these members. The one thing I do want to note, though, Kael'thas did go into that Mana Addict at level 1 and is currently sitting 3 minutes into the game at 11 regen globes. So 9 more are needed, and then Kael'thas is, and that's an uncapped talent as well. So you can just continue to sit there and get more and more shielding. Stark Knight going to go ahead and opt into the bottom lane for that turn-in just to make sure that they get those 24 in. They don't have enough for a turn-in on the side of DKK, so they only need 1 more. And that's either Venus, Tiger Lore, or I think it's just the 2 of them. Correct? Yeah, it's just the 2 of them. We are just going to get these rotations, and that will be the turn-in as well from the members of Clouded Minds. So that will be first Web Weaver going in their favor, and they're already positioning in the top lane, trying to open this up a little bit more here. I like how DKK is prepping their lanes, though. They're making sure that mid is a little bit more pressed out so that Web Weaver doesn't descend too far forward. They'll let Ragnaros get the clear into bottom. They have that Molten Core if they need it, but here is the thing. Web Weaver will descend pretty far into the gate, I would say. Right up on it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just right in front of it. They don't have Ragnaros for this top lane. Actually, speaking of Ragnaros in the bottom lane, 17 gems sitting on them, and they're going to probably need to pop that Molten Core fairly soon. I wouldn't be too surprised. Yep, that's going to be exactly it. You'll see it down here. They're going to go ahead and get the clear fairly well into that, and then top lane as well. Schwick is going to go ahead and get a great amount of value just poking from the side area. Weenist, a little, you know, potentially out for a little bit of damage, but the thing is they have that shielding, not going to be taking too much damage there, though Tiger Lord did make this rotation in the mid, definitely going to be able to open this gate up a little bit more. Now, they didn't get the well. That is something that is huge for the enemy team to get. It just denies a lot of the ability to sustain that lane. The Web Weaver trying to do the work that is intended, but it did not happen. And they will continue to hold this out. Overall, DKK surviving through that fairly well, not losing out too much. A little bit of damage on their gates here. Mid lane looks like it's opened up quite a bit, and bottom didn't take too much. So overall, fairly good defense. And not losing a fort, not losing any kills, keeping it 7-7. They've evened this experience up, and I think at this point, they're going to be looking for a turn themselves. Utaro getting a little bit low here, and that will be the follow-up damage from Phoenix needed. Venus is going to go ahead and confirm that kill. Rest of the team trying to step up, though, trying to work into this. Odd Thought taking a bit of damage. Stark Knight so low. Ralph's really wants it, but unfortunately the team cannot confirm. Swing taking the ultimate bullet for the friendly team member to make sure that stun didn't go out. But I will say this, Apple Eater sitting at 21 gems currently. Needing to get out of here, doesn't want to lose all those, as well as, you know, giving over a kill this early. Or I guess it's still pretty early, but just giving over a kill would really push them into that 9 range, give them a little bit more snowball factor, and push them closer to those 10s. It's definitely, on a map like this, which really can start to get a lot of momentum behind it, it really is important to just make sure that you keep the experience very close together, and they've kept it within a half a level this entire time, and I really like that. But that is going to be a Web of Return in phase for the members of DKK. They need to push up a little bit further. This top lane got the well taken away, and the reason I harp on that is the specific factor is just sustaining in the lane. For example, also in top lane, having the boss is a huge factor. So, you know, if you're not able to go back and tap the well and then maybe go back and fight over this boss or any sort of sustained fight is really, really difficult. And having that top lane, this is typically where we see a lot of teams try and end. They stack Web Weavers with boss and they just go ahead and try and end the game that way. Not at this point. Definitely not this early into the game, but DKK going to get a bit of value in this top lane. They're going to kind of let mid lane push itself out with the help of Ragnaros. Meanwhile, though, I will say bottom stacked up quite nicely. Ragnaros is going to make that rotation to make sure that they get value there. They've left top lane. They've started to open up mid a little bit more, and I would say this is fairly equal to what the members of Clouded Minds achieved during their Web Weaver phase, but that is going to be a stun from Ralph's onto Odd Thought. No follow-up, but they actually get the Gravity Lapse onto the Muradin, and a lot of damage is going out. They actually have Kael'thas finishing that level 1 questing talent 7 minutes into the game here, so having that extra shielding will be huge for them. We'll see how Swing is going to utilize that. That's also 10's achieved for both teams just about the same time. We have Ragnar still holding their 10 talent, but we have the Disintegrate from the Li Ming, Hyperion from the Rainer for that extra siege. We're actually going to have the Tranquility from the Malfurion, but this Stark Knight is in a bad spot. The root goes out. The Unstoppable is there. If Ralph's can body it, block, this is going to be their kill. The potion goes out. They just need one more auto, and that won't be enough because the potions will come up from Odd Thought, and I think they're going to make it through. That also was the Lava Wave from the Ragnaros, and Stark Knight. Oh my god, Tiger Lord with 30-some health. Gets out just fine. Weenus stepping up into Schwick. Gonna pass that Chain Bomb along to Goki Buri. And they rotate their lanes. And I gotta say, Dunning-Kruger Knights got a lot of value from that Web Weaver turn-in phase, but the thing is, they are a solid 8. There we go. I can do math. Caster math. I was gonna say 7. They were about a solid 8 away, and the thing is, they need to start watching turn-ins. So you have Ralph Stew kind of managing this top area. You have Goki Buri sitting in this bush here to make sure that no one gets that turn, or at least scouts that out if it is going to happen. They grab this bottom siege to kind of stack up and keep pressuring this bottom lane. If they do get that Web Weaver turn-in phase, it won't descend too far down the lane. And I also like this, though. They're going to get a little bit of turn-in. They're going to make sure that some of their gems are in. If they do die, the knockback from Goki Buri is strong there. Tiger Lord, though, stepping up. That will be the Hyperion coming out as well. A lot of damage going out. Kael'thas cleaning up as well as Weenus. Swing and Weenus doing a lot of work here. Disintegrate coming out of Weenus, and it's not going to be enough. Ralph's still going to need to use that Dwarf Tusk to get out of there. Just going to be fine, but the thing is, this still opens up an avenue for the turn-in phase. I love this, though. Apple Eater going into the Molten Core form to make sure they deny this turn-in phase, but here's the thing. There's more than one on this map, and it looks like that is going to be another Web Weaver phase for the members of Clouded Minds. The thing is, though, all that delay allowed the 2 members to come back to life. They now have a full team for this defense. Bottom lane, as I noted, is going to be pushed back so far. They are really not going to get much value down here. So Ragnaros can kind of leave this lane alone, be able to rotate into the friendly team, maybe utilize the Molten Core themselves. I'm trying to think of like cooldown counters at this point. I think it should be up fairly soon, at least when the Web Weavers descend. I would check, but there's currently too many bugs in observation. I don't want to crash the game. So we're just going to not check, and we're just going to kind of use our, just hope. But I like this. I like this from Clouded Minds. They're going to go ahead and pressure the top lane. DKK knows this. They're going to be putting a majority of their assets up here. Currently have Li Ming actually getting peeled away from the team by Tiger Lord. That will be the Lornado coming out. Lava Wave going to be doing a lot of work. The Malfurion going to pop the Tranquility, keeping the friendly team alive. The Chain Bomb goes out. Doesn't get any kills. We have Ralph Stew a little bit low. Tiger Lord trying to get that spear out. Purification Salvo will be going out onto Apple Eater. Hotaro and Schwick will confirm the kill onto 2. That is still a Web Weaver phase pushing into these lanes, though top lane has been cleared. Mid lane is achieving a lot of value for the team. This should be an easy fort for them. They will get the clear, not much beyond that, and then bottom lane should kind of time out, maybe getting this gate down. Really just depends if they make the rotation for the clear. Overall, I would say maybe they just posture in this mid lane, get the clear, pick up the gems. Oh no, they want to play it safe. Ralph's doing a bad spot here. Avatar is not available. Oh boy. That leap over the wall, that juke was really good. And then bottom lane, as I noted, has been stacked up quite a bit. They go ahead and make a rotation here, and Clouded Minds is playing a very, very smart mid to late-ish game at this point. They got 3 forts during that entire Web Weaver phase. That's huge for a team. Now, granted, EKK got a lot of value during theirs, and it was following the first one, so if they can get a turn-in phase here, this will be huge for them. But the one thing that I do want to note, this is important for teams, because I feel like some teams do this. They go, we have the turn in, let's go do it, whatever, like, let's get it in now while we have the advantage. Like, no, take your time, push out your lanes, strategically drop off your gems, because the thing is, if you drop in your gems at this point, that is going to basically be Web Weavers descending in front of your keeps, and you won't get as much value as you're expecting, or at least hoping for. Members of Clouded Minds, though, they're doing the smart things. They're depositing gems as this goes on. They want to make sure that they're slowly getting closer and closer to that 60 turn-in phase. They are sitting 17 away, so they only need 10 more at this point, so that's about 3.25 lanes. Or 3.3 repeating, because you get 3 gems per lane. But either way, we're currently going to be having the a huge fight breaking out here. The Purification Salvo coming up from Weenus. There is the Disintegrate from Schwick. Ralph's going to be popping the Avatar form here as Tiger Lord trying to work their way in here. Joanna looking to find an entry point. Phoenix is still available for swing at this time. We don't have any other heroics available. Stark Knight looking a little bit low. The Iron Skin comes out as well. Goki Buri is seeming to get target. Gonna get that knockback onto a couple members, but there's a root that's gonna go out, and that will be Sonya falling here. They get the counter kill though onto Hotaru. And it's a 1-for-1 trade, but it's a healer for a bruiser, and I don't know how that really kind of shapes out here. Now, granted, mid lane stacked up so much, and if they can sneak a turn in into top, this is the play now, obviously. And like now that the lane is pressured, now that the lanes are kind of like evened out, this is definitely what they want to be looking for here, and that's what they're going for. Weenus lagging a little bit behind. I think Goki Buri is going to be kind of just poking at them here and there. Hotaru is going to go ahead and get the turn in here. And I think I might have said that wrong. I think I might have claimed that the Malfurion was dead, but it was actually the Muradin. So my apologies. But 14 to 15, DKK is looking to find their way back into this game. About a level difference between the two teams. Now, 16s will be achieved probably during this Webweaver phase for the members of Clouded Minds, so DKK is doing the smart thing. They're actually taking the opposing lane that they can see the enemy team in, as well as the fact that this is a keep lane. If they can put some pressure in this lane and get catapults consistently going down this bottom lane, that's great for them. And I love this. They have a huge minion wave stacked up. They've already started to work their way forward here as a team as well. 15 to 15, 16s are just on the precipice for the members of Clouded Minds. We have Stark Knight actually stepping forward. Gonna also pop that Iron Skin already, so they won't have that for the next 60 seconds if I'm not mistaken. Gonna work their way up into this bottom lane. Kael'thas a little bit low. Stark Knight stepping forward again. There will be the Haragic Cube going out from Athot. Tiger Lore stepping forward, and oh my god, the Purification Salvo coming out. Apple Eater only at about 100 health. Ralph's Stew trying to find their way out, but the Lornado is doing so much work. They're gonna get the Dwarf Toss out, but that is Apple Eater in a rough spot. Gonna get rooted. The Joanna is looking for the kill, and that is going to be 1 and a second with the shield glare that will confirm that second kill. They don't get the keep in the bottom lane. Mid lane has pushed itself up, but that will be cleared out fairly quickly. And top lane is about to fall itself. It won't be a keep, but they're definitely going to continue to open up this map, get a lot of value here, and get a lot of pressure. Also, really quickly, Snag, thank you so much for the raid at this time. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Sorry I missed that. There was a huge fight breaking out, but I gotta say this. Between the two teams, 16 to 17, the plays that we've seen, it's fairly even between the two teams. I've said two teams too many times, but my point is, it's been extremely fair between the two. The matchup, like you see a Webweaver phase go out for the members of Clouded Minds, and they get so much value here. This is it. This is exactly the play that we often see. Now the question is, will they be able to scout it out? And also Stark Knight getting denied the turn in here. Unstoppable is used. I'm like holding my breath. Ragnaros is mid. Or bottom, realistically. There is a Siege Camp pushing in. Phoenix goes out as well. They know that they're down here. Hotaro is going to be walking forward. Ralph's going to be there as well. That will be the Purification Salvo going out. That will be also Tranquility, but it won't be enough to keep them alive. Boss got leashed. Disintegrate coming out from Schwick at this time. I had to, like, breathe in between all that. Venus is a little bit low here. Ralph's going to have to pop the Avatar form. Going to use the Dwarf Toss to get right out of there. Stormbolt will go out. Lord Tiger Lore still following this up, looking for the kill, and meanwhile we have Gokiburi just trying to poke onto them, and we have Ragnaros sneaking the keep in bottom. But here's the thing, turn in, that's achieved. Kael'thas didn't get the or Swing didn't get the leash in time, so they won't have that. The thing is though, they are going to be having Webweavers descending onto this keep front gate. They've also got a Webweaver descending onto 2 Siege Giants, and I also believe I saw, yeah, Swing went back. So Kael'thas isn't there for that poke damage. Tiger Lore in a really bad spot there, and that was a great pickup for the members of Dunning-Kruger Knights. Webweaver will descend right on that keep front gate, but they'll be able to get the burn on this before it really gets much value, if any. Mid lane's going to get pushed back out, and to be honest, looking at how it's currently sitting as well as the gem count, this Webweaver phase was, well, if they had the boss, I think it would have been a bigger phase. Sonya also getting picked off was a huge thing for the members of Dunning-Kruger Knights. So that really, really kind of just paused and shut down this entire phase. And then Rag sneaking in bottom and getting the keep. That's just, I gotta say, the late game plays coming out from DKK, very, very strong. I want to see though how Clouded Minds is going to return on this. They've bounced back from every single fight. Now it seems like they're also trading though. It's like you get a Webweaver phase, I get a Webweaver phase. So at this point we're looking at another 13 gems or 12 gems on the side of DKK for the turn-in. We only need 10 though for the members of Clouded Minds. So they pretty much have that wave clear pushed up into them for the majority of most of these waves. Like they can rotate mid, bottom, and then back into mid, and they'll have enough for a turn-in. Apple Eater scouting. I think that they can't see them, so they're going to go ahead and get this turn-in. They won't have enough for it. Stormbolt going to be going on into Venus, though. They want to deny at least all the gems that they can going into this. Avatar farm going to be popped. They want to fight. There will be, oh my god, the Lornado pushing Ralph Stew so far away. That will also be the Purification Salvo coming out. I'm sorry, but Raynor is getting split from the team. Tiger Lore is going to be just back and forth. If they can trade a kill, that will be big for them. But the thing is, DKK's down their Raynor. That's a lot of their damage gone. They need to bank off the resets from Li Ming. Damage coming out from Apple Eater. A lot of damage going on to Apple Eater. Will they be able to get out of here? That won't be happening, and that will be Ragnaros falling at this time. It is also going to be Ralph's taking quite a bit, getting slowed here. I don't think it will be enough to get the kill. There is a nice route that goes out to just deny them that. Swing! Ralph's looking at Swing just like, oh, you're at half health. If I can get a Stormbolt, maybe jump on you, but it won't be happening, and that is also going to be 19-19. Boss is going to be picked up for the members of Clouded Mines. I don't think that DKK can respond to this. And realistically, they have enough for a turn in too. So I think DKK just needs to prep their lanes as best they can. I like that the fact that they're going to be grabbing this camp that will pressure the mid lane. They already have bottom lane stacked up quite a bit with all of these catapults. And so once they get turn in phase, and it really depends though. They could, they could send one back, get a little bit of a clear onto that bottom lane, and then maybe get turn in. And that's the plan for Swing at least. Or maybe? No, Venus is actually going to be going down there. No one's going to be going down there. Because I think they need all of Venus's turn in as well. So unfortunately, they're just leaving their bottom. Oh, no. Okay, Swing went back. Going to go ahead and get the clear onto this bottom lane. Not going to be... It's just going to be taking off a little bit of shielding. They will be throwing this lava wave into the top lane. It won't hit the descending web weavers, but it at least will clear out the minion wave and push it back so it descends further back into the lane. I don't... Actually, you know what? I don't know if boss counts for descending, like, distance. We'll find out. Because I think it usually just hits when it reaches the enemy team's minion wave, so it should end right... Yep, okay, cool. Alright, so the rotation coming out, we're just going to be seeing them play the safe. Now, the thing is, 19-20. They don't want to give over any sort of advantage. Webweaver in top lane is going to be slowly losing a little bit of health. We have this lone minion that will just end the game. But bottom lane is going to be pushed out as well. So this is where we are going to be having a nice little fight. They want to take this before 20, but Ralph's looking to get that Stormbolt out. We'll be finishing the quest as well. So going to be having that piercing with the Stormbolt there. Tiger Lord taking quite a bit of damage. Going to actually pop a shield right there. I believe it was Ignore Pain. 60. Ooh, Phoenix getting popped by Reyna right there. That's a big pick for them. That means that they're not going to be able to get this keep. Ragnaros not even needed to pop the Molten Core. Mid lane is pressured up. They're going to need to get the clear onto that. Lava Wave is not going to be available for the next 47 seconds, but this will be the Molten Core usage. They want to make sure that they keep this keep as healthy as possible. And to be honest, you want to keep every keep as healthy as possible, but they will get the clear onto this fairly easy. Ralph's stepping up, actually looking to get a little bit more. Stark Knight going to be just stopping this from happening. Meanwhile, though, Sonya in bottom lane trying to push that up a little bit more. Going to rotate in for the flank here onto the enemy team, or at least rotating below them. We have to see what's going to be happening, as we do have a lava wave currently barreling down the mid lane. Swing is actually going to rotate out of the lane to make sure that they don't get hit by that, but that is actually going to stop them from living. I thought going to be getting hit by... Oh boy, the Leeming Disintegrate's not going to be enough, but that is going to be the Iron Skin used, as well as the Unstoppable? No. Indestructible. Her level 20 talent. So everything's popped. 3 kills. They go ahead and they grab this. They have enough for a turn in phase 2. So if they can just prep these lanes a little bit more, get this a little more pushed in their favor, they'll be big for them. And I like this. I noted this in the last game that we had a Ragnaros in the last series. Utilizing the minimap to see when your minions are spawning from core is a big asset that is going to be the Ignore Pain pop, getting out of their spinning to make sure that they do win. But the big thing is, if you watch your core and you see that the minions just spawn at yours, that means it's spawning at the enemy core. So if you drop Lava Wave there, you will definitely hit them as they crash. It's just a little, little tidbits like that, or you can time it out. I know, like, Stark was doing the math, and there's actually, like, mathematical times when you should hit the button. Either way, though, looks like DKK wants to end this game. With 2, actually only 1 dead. They don't have their Janna just yet. Kael'thas is back alive. A lot of damage is going to be going out. Apple Eater's falling a little bit low here. No Purification Salvo getting a kill just yet. Apple Eater with just a couple hundred health. That is going to be the little bit of damage they need to get that kill onto Ragnaros. But Tiger Lore is going to be falling at this time, so a 1-for-1 trade. They get keep during that. Oh, Venus with the blink at the last second is going to get out of there just fine. Oh, the Blessed Shield will be following up onto a couple of members. Gokiberry a little bit low here. Going to have to pop some healing, and it looks like they're going to get a lot of damage on the Stark Knight. Starting to turn this around a little bit. Venus is getting some damage out, but lost that shielding. Swing as well, a little bit low. They have enough for a turn-in, so they can just basically back off, get a turn-in, let this bottom lane push up quite a bit. They've got 4 catapults and a buttload of wave pushing up. But at this point, Ralph's going to be backing, making sure they get full on health. Gokiberry will have enough for the turn-in, and that will be a Webweaver phase in favor for Dunning-Krieger Knights. They're going to be looking to really pressure that top lane, it looks like, or at least they're getting the clear so that Webweaver is descending as far up into the lane as possible. They'll regroup with the team. Ragnaros, though, still not alive. Sonya still coming back in the next 10 seconds. We'll have Ragnaros, but Actually, they'll have Ragnaros and Lava Wave. Does he have 2? That's the question. He's so the second one's going to be 60 seconds away, but they're going to have the bottom lane. Actually, I would actually think that you throw it in top lane. But I guess, you know, if you want to have that extra added catapult pressure. Either way. Let's go ahead and find out, as we do have Ralph's do a little bit low here. Going to get bodied before they can even get out of there alive. The Avatar form wasn't even available. Hotaru is going to be falling low as well. So this Web Weaver phase is going to be triggered. But the thing is, doesn't mean that it's going to be ending, as this bottom lane Web Weaver is going to be cleared extremely quickly. Not even the shielding from the core is falling, but Apple Eater and team want to end this. The Hyperion does come out. We are going to be getting Ragnaros getting a huge swing onto some of these members. They want to end this. I love the use of the Hyperion. They're continuing to poke in. Li Ming is just focusing all the damage onto the core. Gokiburi is just stepping forward, and it looks like at this time 2% on the core. Li Ming just needs to get the orb, and that is going to be game number 1 going over to Dunning Kruger Knights. Alrighty. Infernal Shrines. A map that is fairly macro-based. We're once again going to be seeing rotation between the mid and bottom. Different lanes, but we're going to be seeing that 4-member rotation, so look to see a build around that. Now, the Decker Kane was pretty strong in that last game and had a lot of good setup, a lot of good Lornados. Like, that was huge for that Decker Kane. Did a lot of work with those. I'm curious to see if we see that banned out fairly early, but there is going to be a Garrosh taken off the table from Clouded Mines. They do not want to deal with that, and how can you blame them realistically? Garrosh is just a nuisance. So taking that off the table, especially on a map where you... Oh, Dreamin', thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Oh, man. It is another good Azmodan map. As an Azmodan main, I will say this. Every map's an Azmodan map, so... But at this point, I will say this. If you can stack, if you are strong at it, taking away that hero from the enemy team is a very good idea. Question is, though, what are we going to get for this next pick on this... Or the next ban on the side of Clouded Mines? Shrine Clear usually is the option. So like a Jaina Gul'dan, Kael'thas... Oh, they get rid of that Ragnaros. They don't want to deal with that. And it's actually another map where we would see Ragnaros. And just really quickly, I'm realizing I didn't talk about map bans once again. So let me catch you all up on that real quickly. The coin toss was won by DKK. They chose first pick for the series. So that gave Clouded Mines map pick. They went ahead and banned out Towers of Doom. Dragonshire was then banned out by DKK. First map was Tomb of the Spider Queen, chosen by Clouded Mines, and game 2 is Infernal Shrines, the map of DKK, and this is a first pick, Diablo. A map where he really, really excels in these tight corridors. He gets great clear into the shrines. He's extremely powerful with the lightning breath. Hex, thank you so much for that follow. I do appreciate that support. You are all just blowing me away tonight. Thank you so much. You're all amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for checking out the games. Thank you for the hosts. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. You all are just, you blow me away tonight. And just every time I stream and people show up like this and just cheer and say hi and you know, go cheer for teams, like, this is the reason I do it. And I just want to say thank you so much. I'll never say it enough, and you'll probably hear it again by the end of the night. So let's get into this, as we do have an Alexstrasza and a Jaina being picked up on the side of DKK, and I want to note that the Alexstrasza is extremely powerful on point control maps, and this is where she gets a ton of value.
The crusade calls.
Oh, awesome. Oh, that's awesome. All right, well, sorry, just someone messaged me saying thank you for casting your game, and I just... Thank you for messaging me, and glad you enjoyed it. Okay. All right, so I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything important through Discord, because if my stream goes awry, I always just be like, oh no, Asmo banned. For real. Dreamin', like, why are you going to take out the best character? Now, I didn't note this, that the Raynor was banned out by the members of DKK, and I was thinking that they would go for the Decker Kane. And they actually take out the Kael'thas here. So, a lot of things all at once. So the first thing, Kael'thas being banned out, I like it because the fact that it was strong. Swing was strong on that hero in the last game. It's a great hero for this map. It's got great shrine clear. The thing is, though, Diablo and Phoenix pair so well together, and Phoenix was played by Weenus in the last game, and it was so strong. Morphine, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that support. We actually get a Muradin ban, so that little bit of a, some respect bans are going to be coming out during this game. Some Ragnaros respect bans as well as Muradin, and then a Kael'thas respect ban. But I like this. I like teams playing this real smart. It's the nipple rings, they make us uncomfortable. Okay, all right. Well, that's apparently why DKK does not like to play, or does not like Azmodan in this game. But I do like this. Oh, I feel like they could go Phoenix here on the side of DKK. Arthas has got slows. Jaina's got slows. We have Blaze, who's got a stun. Phoenix would excel extremely well here. We'll have to see though, because the members of Clouded Minds, they're going to need wave clear as well as someone in their rotation. I still think the Phoenix is great. I really still think they could go into it.
Unbridled energy.
That's Kerrigan. All right. No, there's nothing wrong with Kerrigan. This is actually a map where she excels extremely well. But the thing is, Kerrigan ramps up extremely quickly and then just peters out. Like, I think it's around like 13 area. She's just kind of stagnant. She doesn't really get a lot of big buffs that you expect from like, for example, like Jaina at 16. That is a huge talent for her. Being able to either root or take down armor. That's a big play. But I like this. Wait. I'm like doing all the math here. Baja's past Deckard. To be honest, I don't get the Diablo Johanna. Like the Maltheo, so I'm confused. I am. So the reason I'm confused is because Arthas is typically a solo laner as well as Blaze and Maltheo. And so we often see one of those in the solo lane. Arthas on this map actually is really strong in the solo lane. But we're going to have Maltheo in the solo lane as well. Apple Eater is their solo lane player as I'm looking at the screen. So they're probably going to be going into Tiger Lore. Yeah, because Tiger Lore was the solo laner in the last game. So that's the Diablo into Blaze. But my whole point is, like, you've got the Maltheo. Just put your Arthas, Blaze, Jaina, and Alexstrasza all together. Rotate them through bottom and mid. And then leave Gokiburi in top lane against the Diablo, and that's it. Because it's percentage-based damage, you will win that lane over into the Diablo so easily. But let's find out. They might just body them. They might have a talent or a skill that we do not know. Let's find out here. Game number 2 between these two teams. Will Dunning-Krieger Knights on the left-hand side be able to take a second game for 2 points? Or will they be able to even up on the side of Clouded Minds? Let's find out. Schwick going to be playing the Jaina. Ralphstew going to be on the Arthas. Haru going to be on the Alexstrasza. Apple Eater going to be on that Blaze. And Gokiburi rounding it out on the Maltheo. And on the right-hand side, we are going to be having the members of Clouded Minds. Can they even it up? Will they be able to take one game tonight? Even up the score? Let's find out, as Odd Thought will be on the Deckard Kane. Stark Knight going to be on the Johanna once again. Swing going to be on the Kerrigan. We'll have Tiger Lore on that Diablo. And Weenus on the Gul'dan. I had to chug some water really quickly. Let's go ahead and get into this. All 5 members in this mid lane. Just posturing up, trying to see who is going to be stepping a little too far out. Not going to be happening to anyone just yet, as we have some damage going to be coming out. Gokiburi and Hotaru going to be getting caught out here, or excuse me, not Hotaru. That is going to be, oh boy, I can't remember one member off the top of my head, but the Jaina will be falling at this time to that combo from the Kerrigan. That was a big pickup. Meanwhile, though, Apple Eater will be going to Tiger Lore, and this is the thing that I was talking about with the Maltheo. I think it would be really strong going to that top lane, but Gokiburi getting drained a little bit by Weenus as they make these rotations, and we can quickly look at some level 1 talents, pretty standard across the board. We are going to be having that scroll of Identify from the Deckard Kane. That's a big notable thing to say, because if you have, reduced armor and you have Gul'dan dumping damage, Kerrigan diving in on you, that is terrifying. I do like this though. This is a great call onto this camp right away at the 1 minute mark, just to rotate, get the clear onto this, push this into the lane. Meanwhile though, we will have the rotations coming out from DKK, making sure that they continue to get the experience, and not going to grab this camp just yet. Though we'll go ahead and grab the bottom. And this is actually one thing that I want to note. In the last series that I actually casted, we saw that the other team kind of delayed, or one of the teams, I can't remember off the top of my head, delayed out this bottom camp, and they waited till the objective was just about to pop while the enemy team was already rotating to top. They grabbed this camp and pushed it into bottom, so that way they had literal, I think it was actually mid lane, but either way, they had pressure in another lane and forced someone to leave that, leave the objective to go ahead and try and defend against that, so they just don't lose out too much, because these camps left to their own devices will do a ton of damage. And we'll have to find out. Meanwhile, though, a little bit of a kind of the laning rotations have slowed down a little bit. We are going to be having Goki Buri into Venus in this bottom lane. Just get some autos between the two. Meanwhile, just peeking up into the top lane between Apple Eater and Tiger Lord. This is like the battle of the centuries. Like, we're just going to get, you know, stuns into overpowers, into shadow charges, into the pyromania. So it's just like, it's all right, I'm fine. I'll just walk out of here. No big deal. Meanwhile, though, mid lane, a little bit of a brawl breaking out. Stark Knight taking a little bit of damage. I realize that I've been saying Stark Knight, but it's actually Star Knight. I was reading the K twice. Or, oh, is it Stark Knight as in like a Stark Knight, or is it Stark as in like a knight, a warrior? Huh, I'll have to ask that question at some point. But we are going to be having this camp grabbed right before the objective pops, and I do like this. That will be pressuring the mid lane. Venus, though, by themselves, they are pinging. Somebody's pinging. Doesn't look like they're going to be rotating out for that kill just yet, but they will be grabbing this Bruiser camp in 50-50 on this, because the objective is top lane, and they're going to be right there to be able to get this clear. It does slow them down a little bit, but at the same time, I'm not sure if it gets the value I think they're looking for. The camp in mid lane will be cleared out at this time. Rotation into the top lane from the members of DKK. Tiger Lore already setting up in this bush, but that might be a bad idea. Schwick going to be getting shadow charged out. That will be the Scroll of Identify, trying to lock a couple members down, only catching onto Ralph Stew. Going to get drained some health, though. That will be the Kerrigan combo coming out. Not going to be connecting onto them, but Ralph Stew in a really low spot. Going to get dove on by a couple members. The Condemn from the Joanna will be pulling them back in. Apple trying to dive in onto a couple of members. Tiger Lord going to be stepping forward, just getting that push back. That is the Pyromania coming out from the Blaze at this time. Stark Knight taking a bunch of damage, going to pop the Iron Skin. Overall, these two teams are going to be playing it very, very safe. After getting that one death onto the Arthas, they need to just back up a little bit, and I would say the same thing. Cloud of Mines, they're a little bit low here. They can't step too far forward. They're getting poked down by a lot of the members from DKK. Alex Strauss getting a lot of value with those Qs off into, or excuse me, in her Fire Buffet into a lot of these members, but they will start onto the Shrine, and the things they have Venus on the Gul'dan. Gotta have a lot of good clear into this. They've also got the Kerrigan, who has really, really good clear into these Shrines, but we have a little bit of a brawl breaking out as Ralph Stew has entered the fight once again. Kerrigan combo coming out. That will be Alex Strauss falling. Ralph Stew won't be long for this world. They will be falling as well. Apple Eater going to get dove on by Kerrigan. No mana to use the Jet Propulsion out, but that will be enough, and they make it out just fine. Looks like they will only lose 2. But that is going to be 7-6, and they're starting to gain a bit of an experience advantage on the side of Cloud of Mines. They will be also getting this first Punisher. It will be a Mortar Punisher, so it sieges fairly well, but at the same time, it's first Punisher, not the strongest thing on Earth. They don't need to stagger more deaths, so they're going to go ahead, just let their members get back. 6-7, they're going to soak up a little bit more as Blaze rotates into this mid lane. Actually stacked up quite a bit. Going to get a little bit of value. Nope. Going to rotate into the bottom lane as well as Malthael going to be doing that. Actually, wouldn't you want your Malthael for percentage-based damage onto the Immortal? Right? Does it not do it onto the Immortal? I'll have to check on that one as well. But this is going to be the Punisher actually left alone. They go ahead and they grab this camp. They back off of this. They're just like, we don't want to push with this. And realistically, they got a gate. They got 0 experience from that. Outside of the kills that they achieved during the phase, really didn't get a whole lot of value from that first Punisher. So curious to see the tactic, though. I will say this. They are going to be pushing into mid a little bit more, opening this up. Going to poke into bottom really quickly, and actually Apple Eater getting pushed back quite a bit here. Next, Punisher isn't available. They don't know just yet, so it could be mid. This is going to be a route going out onto both teams. They're going to be kind of stopped in their tracks. Swing going to be diving forward. There is a lot of damage going out. Jet Propulsion from Apple Eater will not be connecting. And I was thinking if they got onto Venus there with that Jet Propulsion, that would have been Gul'dan saying goodnight there. Though I will say, we do need someone on the side of DKK to rotate into this top lane to get the clear. Cloud of Mines have about a level advantage on them, so they need to play this a little bit safe. If they want to take a fight, now's the time to go. Doesn't look like they're looking for it as they just back off and continue to just get poked down by a couple of these members. Schwick going to get out of there just fine. Meanwhile, though, Blaze in that top lane will get the clear onto this. And it's going to be easy for him. Not going to be losing out anything here. Mid lane, we are going to be having a lot of damage going out. Ralph's not going to be sitting in the best spot. That is going to be the Kerrigan combo coming out, and that is going to be Arthas falling once again. There's going to be the Shadow Charge coming out onto one of the members. Alex Strauss is so low here, going to need to back off as Gokiberry is trying to just help keep the friendly member alive with just some poke damage, just whittle them down a little bit. No one wants to really group up around a Malthael because, well, you know, they just sit there and stack off their Qs and just continue to live forever. 10s, though, achieved on the side of Clouded Mines. We have Apple Eater a little far forward here. Will the rotation come out in time for them to go ahead and catch them in the lane? Let's find out, as we do have Venus pushing forward. Apple Eater not sure, not checking. Oh, okay, the Jet Propulsion will come out. Some autos will be there. They get the Horrify. That is going to be the route as well. They don't have Bunker just yet. They don't have a Jet Propulsion or anything because he was used to try and escape. That is going to be the Lornado pushing them away as well. If they just get out, that'll be fine, but it won't be happening, and that is going to be Blaze dying here. Diablo going to be falling, though, losing all the souls in the bottom lane. So solo laners traded out at this time. And this is the thing where I'm curious. Do we get into this late game and the solo lane choice starts to hinder the members of Clouded Mines? We're going to have to find out. I was honestly hoping for Sendragosa. I was really, really hoping for Sendragosa. Just one day I'll get it. Oh, a double root, though, going to be going out from the members of Dying Krieger Knights. The last rights from Malthael will confirm the kill onto the Gul'dan. That is going to be the Lornado from Athot, making sure that Ralph Stew doesn't get the chase. But the thing is, they sidestep it. They get the root onto the Decker Kane. Gokiberry looking to get another kill. Gonna get the mark onto Athot, not stepping too far forward. Actually going to be backing up a little bit here. Dragon form, or excuse me, Cleansing Flame is going to be used, and that is going to be the Kerrigan falling, the Joanna falling. 3 kills. Odd Thought is going to be the next, and that is going to be the Shrine activating in the next couple seconds. If they get the clear onto mid lane, they can go ahead, and this is already opened up. They've got a lot of strategic advantage here. If they can get the clear onto these waves quick enough, they can get onto the Shrine, pick this up. That is a great play for DKK. Though, I will say, death timers are low. Clouded Mines can rotate back into this in the next 5 seconds as a full troop. So DKK is going to need to get a lot of value as quickly as possible in the situation. Otherwise, they're going to be... Oh, I'm just seeing Apple Eater. Oh, if Tiger Lore had used anything. Oh, the back would have been denied, and then they potentially could have got that kill. But the thing is, 15. They'll have about 20 of these skeletal defenders before they really need to rotate off of this. Dragon Form is actually going to be popped from the Alexstrasza. They get the little knockback. That is going to be also a huge stun from the Apocalypse. The Jander will be falling at this time. Lornado can be coming out, pushing Hataro into the enemy team. That is going to be the Horrify to confirm the kill onto the Dragon. And that is all 2 members going to be falling at this time. Blaze is trying to get out as well. They have the Bunker to drop for now, but that is only going to stall out this death, and it looks like Blaze is going to be the next one to fall. Kerrigan combo will come out, and that will be a 3rd death happening. And so that was the thing. They stayed a little bit too long there. If they would have just backed off a little bit, made a re-entry once they saw or had some vision on the enemy team. But I do get their point. You know, if they fought there, they would have been able to maybe get Venus, and they don't have the ability to have that clear as maybe even diving onto swing. We will never know, as this will be a Punisher going over in favor for the members of Clouded Mines. I do believe this is the 2nd Punisher of the game. Going to get baited over the wall. They're going to go ahead and get the clear onto this fairly quickly. I do want to note that mid lane has been stacked up quite a bit, so getting a lot of value, forcing Blaze to rotate there. They don't have 13s just yet, so they need to play this from the back line. Punisher getting quite a bit of value here. There should be another jump coming out in just a second. That's going to be connecting onto 2 members here. There's going to be Ralph Stew not sitting in the best spot, but that will be the Army of the Undead popped, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get the value from it, and it won't be happening as the Cleansing Flame will be coming out as well. Gokiberry going to be knocked back by this Tornado, trying to get out as best as they can. Oh, the jukes from Gokiberry. Can they make it, though? That is going to be the overpower from the Diablo, and it won't be happening. Last Rites is going to be going out, and Tiger Lore actually will be falling. That is also going to be the souls falling as well. That is a great pickup. So denying Diablo those souls, that's a great value for DKK. But at the same time, Clouded Mines, they've got a lot of pressure in this bottom lane. Meanwhile, top lane, we have Blaze trying to push up and doesn't have the best siege. Can just clear the wave fairly well, but can't really burn down these forts too quickly. So they're going to go ahead and just back off of here and just, you know, have the everlasting battle between them and Tiger Lore. Meanwhile, a couple of the members from Clouded Mines will rotate around, getting a few of these camps to continue to put pressure into these lanes. Kerrigan going to be soloing this one over here. Potentially, you know, they could rotate in on this, but I don't think they really have that in mind yet. They want to make sure that all their members are back alive. They get the wave. They get these waves under their management, and they get prepped for the next Punisher, which will be in the mid lane. And mid lane is I'd say, probably the most well-defended for the members of Clouded Mines. They've got the most amount of, I guess, structure value there, so it's the hardest to kind of dive on. But this bottom lane, currently stacked up, they're gonna need to respond to this as quick as possible. They've got some pressure into the top lane themselves, and at this point, it's just turtle up, play the game safe. There's a level difference still between the two. Thing is, though, that level difference is nearing that 16 mark, and that's a pretty big power spike for the members of Clouded Mines. And I gotta say this, I poo-pooed it a little bit in draft, or I think on the loading screen, about the Kerrigan kind of petering out, but it's been getting the value they need. Alex Strauss is going to be finishing that level 1 quest at this time, going to be having that extra abundance there as well. Looking for some fight here. We have the armor being popped on Ralph's Stew. No fight breaking up just yet. We still have Blaze in bottom lane. It's a 4v5. Swing, though, in a really bad spot. That is going to be the Kerrigan going to be popped at this time. The Horrify does go out as well. That is also going to be the Apocalypse on top of Gokiberry. Hataro is going to be standing still. Going to go ahead and not going to be getting to the circle in time, but that is going to be the last right. It's getting the kill onto the Ghoul Dan. Odd Thought, though, getting hit by the Water Elemental. The Ice Block comes out from Schwick. Tiger Lore getting a little bit low here. There will be the root going out onto the Decker Tank Kane. That is going to be Tiger Lore falling at this time. Stark Knight not going to be living, I don't think, as Apple Eater comes up here. That will be the Blaze getting the charge onto... Actually, I don't even think it connected onto Odd Thought. They actually got the root there, and they're just trying to live through this, but that will be all 5 members wiped on the side of Clouded Mines. Looks like they're going to be looking at the top lane for... And I got to note this really quickly. It was a level difference, and they were on the precipice of 16s on the side of Clouded Mines. They never got it during that fight. And that was that was a big turn for them on the side of DKK. Now the question is, what can the members of Clouded Mines do to turn this game around? They need their 16s. That will come to them at this front gate right here on the right-hand side. Venus will kind of poke up behind the gate. 16 to 16. They need their 2 members back. Diablo needs to get some more souls, only sitting at 43. Venus can finish out those stacks. They only need 3 more corruption stacks to really get that really big, just annoyance damage over time that you get the... I guess the reverse order. The reverse poke. I don't know the word for it exactly. But just to get the completed quest for the corruption stacks at level 1 is huge for the Cool Dan, and I like that. Just rooting right into the bush, making sure that they're not going to be catching anyone. And see, this is it. This is exactly what they did last time. They needed to wait for 1 member to come back. They didn't push too far out. They got their 20. They're going to let the Schwick rotate back in with the friendly team. All the heroics are actually off cooldown. They pop the Dragon Form. They're going to be stepping into this. The Apocalypse will be coming out as well. The stasis out from Schwick just to stay alive. Ralph's Stew not going to be living through this as the Alex Strauss pops into the Cleansing Flame, trying to just keep the friendly team alive, but the Blaze is going to be dropping the bunker. Gokiberry trying to just get so much value into these teams. Just needs to hit the R onto one of the members. And, excuse me, actually, the last rites was already used. Jaina going to be getting the kill onto the Ghoul Dan. Tiger Lore so low, but that is going to be the knockback from Hataro, which will push them a little bit away, but they managed to get the kill regardless. Kerrigan going to be staying alive, but that will be, I believe, the first Punisher in favor for Dunning-Krieger Knights. And they'll be able to push this into this mid lane. Now, granted, it is the most defended lane for the members of Clouded Mines, so they'll get some decent defense and kind of stalling this out, but at the same time, this is 15 minutes into the game. This Punisher is extremely powerful, and it is also a frozen Punisher. A lot of good setup here. Question is, they should be back before the keep even gets attacked. Yes. So they'll be able to work down this front gate. Punisher sitting at 89%. They're going to be working on this keep, and the question is, will they be able to burn it down? Every member is back from the member of Clouded Mines. We have the majority of heroics off cooldown for DKK. Let's see what they go. They get the Blaze charge in. That is going to be the Lornado coming, or excuse me, is going to be coming out of the back line. We have the Blaze bunker going to be dropped at this time. A huge root from so many members. Hataro is going to be stepping up, but that is going to be also the Ghoul Dan falling at this time. Gokiberry stepping up onto a couple of these members. The Punisher is getting baited away into this top lane. Swing is getting so low. Able to get out of there without a couple hundred health, not even. That will be the bot mid lane keep falling at this time. 23% onto the Punisher. They're starting to work up this lane. The Apocalypse is going to be casted. They also have a ton of damage going on with the Tiger Lore, trying to move their way onto the Nexus, but that won't be enough. The Dragon is going to be popped into the Cleansing Flame. That is going to be another pick onto the Joanna. So 3 kills during this Punisher phase. The Punisher has ended, but the thing is, they've got a nice minion wave stacked up here, and with 3 dead, looks like DKK wants to set their sights on the core and end this and take this series 2-0. Setting themselves up for a strong start to this season. And looks like, yep, that is going to be game number 2 going over to Dunning-Kruger Knights. GG, well played.